if I can ask a question. In the opening remarks, Marek Yindra mentioned the work of the CFA in improving ethics in the capital market. And I'd just like to know what efforts the Czech National Bank are doing in this area, in particular given the reputation of the Czech capital market, particularly reputation of crony capitalism.
Well, I must say I've been living in the area of this reputation, but I'm not sure how much you are discussing the current situation or past situation first. I think the situation have improved, and we are supervisors. So if you kindly visit our webpage, you see that today we actually announced another punishment measures in the area in which we can announce them. And the second major thrust is that we are trying to protect the consumers. It's also our responsibility. We are sort of one-shop country for pretty much any supervisory activity pertaining for financial markets from 2004, I believe, 2004, probably sooner. And the point is that we are also trying to educate people, because we do not frankly think that the punishment is the only long-term solution. So we are doing quite a lot of effort in terms of education, even including printing the textbooks and sending them to school and helping teachers to be able to educate the population. So that's about it. That's what we are trying to do. But I must say, seeing the cases we are solving, I think the situation quite improved from the situation in last decade, or especially the decade before the last one. Please.
You, like my own country, Denmark, is outside the Economic and Monetary Union, but would have to address the issue of the single supervisory mechanism and the banking union, where you, like us, would have the opportunity to enter, but also to stay outside. What are your thoughts on where you would like to see the Czech Republic in this area?
Well, we agreed with the government that we are staying outside for a current, and it seemed to me that we had very recently presidential elections. It seemed to me that also, no matter how nicely or not so nicely it was formulated by candidates, most of them who were able to express their opinions on it expressed the opinion that we are going to stay outside till the euro introduction. And let me just briefly note on banking union maybe. I'm not sure whether people really understand what is the reason and why Eurozone is forming banking union. Yeah. Because the Eurozone is a currency zone that's probably more or at best the same heterogeneous as the US. And that means it, in a traditional order of things, it would need at least same relative size of federal budget as the US needs in order to keep itself together. And that's clearly unswallowable with its voters, or with the voters of countries who should contribute at this moment. And so my point is that banking union is a way how to go around it. Yeah? I mean, like, at least in terms of relationship of financial sector and potential need of financial sector to be propped out or recapitalized by sovereign authority. So it's essentially an attempt to build up institutional base for something that will substitute the federal budget in sort of quasi-fiscal means, sharing the risk, necessary contribution, and so on and so on. And I'm not sure whether, and this seemed to me to be relatively known and understood, but I'm not sure if people understand that if this is going to work, it needs essentially one thing. The voters are not that naive. So in order to be longer-term workable solution, it needs that the levels of these quasi-fiscal transfers should be relatively, significantly lower than in any federal entity. So you need to transfer less money and less regularly than you would do in order to compensate for shocks in federal budget. Yeah? Because otherwise the voters will still realize that they are contributing to their same deposit guarantee fund. Every year they have to recapitalize in order to send the money somewhere else. Yeah? And they will start be less happy. Yeah? That's why the federal idea doesn't work. And that means that the level, the quality of supervision should be significantly better than in federal state. And I must say, we have supervising of banking sector here from the very first day of existence of Czech National Bank. I think this is an ambitious, this is very ambitious goal. And if the goal is not going to be achieved, the banking union is not going to be a very workable solution for more years ahead. I hope that, I'm sorry for putting these small comments, but I believe this is what many people do not realize. Any more questions?
Mr. Governor, this is Radek Urban from the Ministry of Finance.
I know my Deputy Minister of Finance, thanks.
On the notion of helicopter money, would you believe that the Czech households would spend the money or deposit the money? Thank you.
I think we said we are not considering this, but believe me, there are ways how to, and I believe Australia did it. Yeah? There are ways how to actually helicopter money, but you should not helicopter the cash. Yeah? I believe, but this is not really the question we are actively inquiring. So, any more questions? Oh, that's very nice of you, because I'm going to get this, I believe, the main course now. So, thank you a lot.